Citrus Nation, welcome to a variation-less breakdown of Leatherface. This is going to be a basic how to play Leatherface across all variations. So first off, let's talk about his special moves that he gains in every variation. The first one we're going to talk about is his Upsaw. You can EX it, and obviously it's just an anti-air. It's very good for juggling in the corner if you need an extra hit to kind of combo off something into another, one string into another, so that's a good option. I don't find it very useful in actual games, but some people might. The next one we're going to talk about is, I'm going to back up so I don't hit him, is his spin, and then this time I'm going to hit him. If you EX it, actually gives you a pop-up at the end. Oops. A pop-up to where you can just, combo off of that. The next one, obviously you saw right there, his ground sparks, where it's a restand, and if you EX it, you can cancel it, or you can move forward with it. So that's obviously your move that you're going to be using a lot as Leatherface to try to, put pressure on them. So you're going to want to have that in your back pocket. So the next one we're going to talk about is his overhead. And if you EX it, it just goes in for another one. So there's that. And he's got a low as well, where he charges into them. And if you EX it, it becomes insanely fast. And you can see, right here is full screen. I'm just going to take a step right there. Now it'll hit him. It doesn't hit full screen, even when it's EX'd. But it's a good way to get in, because Leatherface in every variation, aside from Pretty Lady, really struggles to close the gap. So you're going to find yourself ducking a lot of projectiles, trying to hop over them, and just advance in. And one really good way is spend a bar. Even if you don't hit them, it's going to throw you right up next to them. And the EX version has little to no punish time. The one thing you're going to want to keep in mind when playing Leatherface is he is insanely good when he's up close. However, the trade-off is it's very difficult for him to get up close, and he is insanely punishable. I'm going to go ahead and set the AI to block. So just really quick, watch this string into the special. You see how much time right there. It's insane how easy it is for him to punish that. So, in my opinion, Leatherface is one of the harder characters to play for that reason, because if you start throwing out moves, or you get flustered and you start throwing out blind moves, then it's going to be bad for you, because you're going to get punished, and most of these are easily full combo punish. So, you really want to be aware of that when playing Leatherface. However, like I said, he is very good up close, and what I mean by that is he can essentially cancel any string into a mix-up. So for example, let's say we're going to set him to block high. Okay, so he's blocking this string. That's the generic string Leatherface people like to use, is just that one. So either one of those two, we can use that or this. So if we do that and we can see he's blocking, we can cancel it into a low at any time. Which is phenomenal. And let's say that he is, well, let's have him duck. Okay, so now he's ducking. You can go ahead and do it and cancel any string into an overhead. Again, you can still go into the low if you wanted, but I don't know why you wouldn't. He's ducking. So if you can read a low duck, go into the overhead. If you read a high duck, go into the low. So that's one thing that I found is very good with Leatherface, is once you're in, the amount of pressure he applies just kind of flusters your opponent almost, and that's something you definitely want to utilize as Leatherface. Again, I talked about his generic combos that most of the Leatherface players will use, and that is the 1-2-2. Because it goes into one of his only pop-ups. So, you can see right there, that comboed with the sparks Obviously, that wasn't a very high damage combo, but the 1-2-2 can be used with a lot of things. You can obviously NJP off of it. You can 1-2-2 into another 1-2 into the ground sparks. You can do a lot with it, and like I said, it's a mid overhead, mid. So at any point you can do mid overhead into the low, mid overhead into the overhead. So with that string, that's the one I personally use. There's a lot that use this one because it's, you know, very quick. It's a good way to just kind of throw out some attacks, because Leatherface is one of the slower characters I found, but what he lacks in speed, he makes up for in range. So if you do a down 4, you can see that's got some reach right there. That's a very good poke, and it's a low, so that's good. Or his back 2 is insane. Look at that reach. It's an overhead too. It's very fast. Yeah, so I think about here is the range. Never mind, it still hits there. Okay, so you can see how far back I have to be for it not to hit. And even then, that doesn't put me in punish range. You know, he's gonna have to really work to punish that. But if you're up close and you do that, it's very punishable. If you whip this, you can see how long it takes him to put it back up. So that's one thing that you need to worry about when you're playing Leatherface, is even that. It's got some punish, that got a lot of punish. So you gotta focus on that whenever you're playing Leatherface, because he is insanely punishable. You can see he's got range on a lot of his combos though. Like, that's absurd. You can start a combo from back here. And I don't know any other characters that can do that aside from Bo Raicho and his Bartitsu variation, but that's still amazing. So if you can keep all of this in mind when you're playing Leatherface, I feel like you're going to have a much easier time. And when you do get in, like I said, between the mix-ups and all of that, if you keep them blocking, throw in a grab every once in a while, and they're going to say, okay, well, now I should stop blocking because now he's going to start grabbing me. You know, I got to start worrying about that. And then you can run in, hit him with a low, you know, low overhead, low into a low, the combo strings that we talked about. There's just so many options, and including the restand, there's so much that you can do. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, some comments, concerns, anything that you want to know regarding Leatherface or any other character for that matter, leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or it was helpful, why don't you give it a like, subscribe, become a member of the Citrus Nation today, and we'll see you in the next one.